Greetings, welcome back to my channel. We are still in the solstice vibes. I know I promised some kind of ceremony yesterday, but the energies were telling me to wait till I woke up in the Cancerian vibes today. We've got a thunderstorm brewing. So to me, this is the indication of the beginning of the ceremony when this kind of thing happens. So I'm bringing you out here to let a little bit of rumbling happen in the sky, and I'm going to pull a few cards for this solstice. And remember, the solstice is not just one day, it's like a 3-day window. So it opened yesterday afternoon if you're watching this in the time that I'm posting it, or on the 20th of June 2024 if you're watching it later. We have about a 3-day window. We're still in this really strong Capricorn full moon now. So let's just look at some energies from the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. This is a lovely deck as to what the message is of this. This is an intuitive reading, right? This is intuitive and collective, so it's more general. If you're interested in a personal reading for this time, it's a really great time to do that. You can always reach out to me. My email's below, my website is below, and personal readings are always done on a by donation basis, so feel free to get one of those. But let's see what the energies are saying. Yesterday we talked about the Cancer Capricorn axis. Ooh, there's the first one. And of course we're in the Cancerian energy, which is the ruler of the 4th house of the zodiac naturally. And the first card we get is the Wolf Spirit, which is all about family. So one major theme with the solstice and coming into the summer vibes is family. Of course, Cancer is all about the house of home, honoring the family, returning to looking at what needs to be healed, what needs to be integrated in the family. I know a lot of people on their waking up journey start to get in a kind of a polarity with the family, often the birth family, especially if you're one of the few who've gone through the awakening process first. It can create some kind of polarizing energy. You feel like the black sheep and no one understands you. I've been through all that. That's part of the journey to kind of isolate you and help you find yourself. But eventually part of the journey is a reintegration of the family unit, finding how these karmic connections are really part of your journey. I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder rumbling in the background. Woo. Definitely there's a big cleansing with the storm energy. As I've been saying for a few days, the solstice is very purifying, very cleansing of the old. It's a really like beautiful vibe. So I'm going to read the Spirit of the Wolf. It says, supports all around you even if you're not aware of it. Release the belief that you have to do it alone. Oof. Big Aquarian theme with Pluto and Aquarius, Age of Aquarius. It's not about doing it alone anymore. It is about collaborations. It is about coming together. Woo. Big track. Give encouragement to those in your tribe, your family, your community, and allow yourself to be supported. This is a time to heal rifts in the family. So that's really coming up. If you have a rift in your family, I love to do this sort of work. I call it family mandala work. And we really look at the key people in your life, what they represent to you, what are the strifes and the tension points. We do the inner work to look at where those points are in us, to do the healing. There could be some ancestral healing that wants to be done with this energy. The sky says yes. Okay, so that's the first element. I'm feeling 3. So what's the second one? Woo, there it is. Leadership. That's really on the Capricornian axis, right? With the Capricorn full moon, you really get that polarity between family and leading the way, that stag spirit. Strong leadership energy. That's card 39. We've got 51 and 39, which is a 6, and a 12, right? Which is also a 3. The 3s and the 6s. Those magical numbers according to Nicholas Tesla. See, I'm gonna just open right up to it. Leadership. Stag says you inspire others to great heights. Step into leadership in your own life. You are a beacon for others. Do not play small, take action, step up. So that can also be in the family, right? Maybe you've been doing your healing work in your family and you haven't been totally getting along, or it's been a little bit of separation. I can understand some of that. It may be time to step back in and be a leader. Maybe it's time to share some of the things that you've learned that you were hesitant to in the past. It's a message for me too. And stag, I always think of that relating to the elk vibe, those antlers reaching up to heaven, which is, I think, Algiz in the runes, which is a protective energy also. So there definitely is a divine protection here at this time. The third energy we have refuge. Enchanted Fern Grotto. And this is card 16, which is a 7, a spiritual number. Let's see what it says. Refuge. Retreat and replenish your inner resources. It's funny, we get not time to act, incubate your ideas for the future. Answers are within you, magic is all around. So stag is saying act. It may be that you are to act within your family and hold your energy for the rest of the world. It may be that this is telling us to move between action and rest. Especially with the 3 and the 6 energy, that being a very balancing sort of number, the Trinity energy there, moving in your own sort of mind, body, spirit axis, knowing when you retreat and go into your own personal stillness space, you can know when the right time to act is. This can also be going to your inner family. And if you haven't really thought of that, there's not just the inner child, but there's the entire inner family. The inner family is your inner warrior nature, your inner child, your inner sage, your inner nurturer. These are all aspects. If we take time and also find that we lead ourselves into that inner family, and we take refuge by learning about it. There it is. So if that's something you're interested in exploring more, please feel free to reach out. There's great healing that can be done when we honor the inner family. So family, leadership, and refuge are the themes that are being spoken for the collective. So we can also think of this on a bigger picture, that we are one human family. Okay, so there's a lot of refugees right now that have had to leave their nation of origin, perhaps. I mean, the USA is flooded with, you can say, immigrants. You could also call them refugees because they are fleeing a situation that didn't feel like home, or they're hoping it feels like home more where they're going. But we're being asked to find the one spirit, the human spirit, the family of humankind, and to be a leader in the human family. I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in reality. Reality is shifting all around, so it is mixing up communities and, look at Europe. The face of Europe is transforming. Ooh, oh, I thought that was thunder. And it was somebody's garbage can. So to be a leader in the transforming of the reality that we're in, and to find also like how to do that, how to be a leader, you do that by going within yourself, going within, finding a strength in yourself, a plan that comes forth from the inner self, the inner family, how to be a leader. And then you know when it's time to act by that inner calling. So if we relate this to the awakening process, we are becoming more awakened to and aware of our roles, not only in our family, but in the world family, and also our role in our own life with ourself, who we are to ourself. Can we move into a leadership position in our own mind-body complex, rather than allowing the old patterns to dictate our moves, allowing the higher mind, the leadership role in self, to take hold. So let's get a little bit more of the storm energy, and then we'll do a little bit of digestive fire work, as I mentioned yesterday. Interesting how we had such a warm, sunny day, at least where I was, and a lot of the inner sun energy came up to work with, and now we've got the storm. So I do see this as a good sign, a good transformative, cooling sort of energy to the heat. The sun and the moon, remember, came into full peak together yesterday, so now we're experiencing both the heating and the cooling elements and their strength and power, really powerful. Om Suryaye Namaha. 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 Okay, let's complete this solstice ceremony with some inner fire work. The sun's come out again. So maybe just putting your hands over your navel, over your belly, and taking a couple of deep breaths there. And even speaking, I am tuning into my inner fire. I am aware of the sun within myself. I am breathing into it. I am calling forth a deeper knowing with this solar force in me, this radiant source of consciousness within me. Into the belly, like think about everything that you bring in and take in through all your senses. Normally we just are noticing food. Oh, that doesn't sit right with me, or I'm not feeling well, it must be something I ate. But we're not always thinking that energy I took in, that conversation. Sometimes we think that the information that I'm just trying to process, the galactic frequencies, the astrology forces, like sometimes we have a hard time digesting. Sometimes just looking at your chart and noting where the transits are of certain planets, you know, that can affect your belly and your gut and your digestive fires. So there's more to that, but you could, especially with the stomach, at least on a physical level, see where your moon is sitting, since the moon rules the stomach. So the sun and the moon together would be like the digestive fires of the belly. So there is like a heightened access to that now. So looking at your chart, you know, those two have just come into a conjunction together. Well, actually, they're in an opposite because it's a full moon. But so those energies are heightened, but they're at opposing poles, right? So we might even notice that we're feeling really opposed to something, or we're not digesting things totally right with this transit. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too confusing. So as we breathe into the belly, I like to even massage the belly in a clockwise manner, since that's the direction of the digestive system, especially in the colon, to go from right to left and down and across, back over and back up and over to the right. So your transverse colon is running from the right side to the left side of the body in that way. So doing some of those little massages can help. You know, it's easy to get over that pitta dominant energy. In Ayurveda, this is the pitta time, by overheating us in other ways. So if you do have a fiery constitution already, then, you know, start to be gentle with yourself. Of course, we enter this time period in Cancer, which is a balancing element all by itself with the sun and the moon. So we're honoring those forces. When you see the sun up at its peak, bringing some honor, and as you see that full moon the next couple of days, again, same thing, bringing the awareness of that inner solar force and the belly. So we're working on the belly, the stomach, moon ruled, and the fires, the sun and the moon. So even their relationship together is part of how we digest, right? That's the solar and lunar forces in the body. Ida and Pingala are the sun and the moon. They're how we bring all the energy in our body, and they're how we digest. So embodiment can also be thought of how well we're digesting our experiences. So with hands on the belly, I bring greater digestive capacity. I become more aware of my digestive capacity, more awareness to how I digest food, conversations. Oh, I think maybe it'll rain. The sun and the hot and the coldness is really trying to balance itself out today. So externally and also in you. So a blessed solstice to you, continuing onward, Anastasia Bliss. I hope these just little tidbits are helpful to you. We'll see you next time. Much love. Namaste.